Well, spring break is in full swing, and of course, lots of people from all over the country, young folks in particular, headed down to South Florida for a week of partying and revelry and maskless fighting, apparently. Reports indicate now that the city of Miami has actually had to impose a curfew on these spring breakers due to the fact that one, they're overcrowding, two, they're not social distancing, and three, very few of them, if any, are actually wearing masks. What they are concerned about down there in South Florida, an area that has already been ravaged by COVID-19 over the past 12 months, is that these irresponsible spring breakers are going to come down to the state and spread more COVID. And based on what we've seen in other areas, yes, that is absolutely going to happen here. And of course, one of the reasons spring breakers are coming down here to Florida is because we don't have any restrictions. We have none. I know everybody was just talking about how irresponsible it was for Texas to lift their restrictions just a couple weeks ago. The state of Florida lifted what few restrictions we had remaining back in September. Most of the restrictions, by the way, were actually lifted last June. The few remaining after that were lifted in September, including an executive order from our idiotic governor, Ron DeSantis, that forbade cities, states, municipalities, and localities from enforcing any kind of COVID restrictions. Oh, you could still have those rules on the books. You just weren't allowed to enforce them or issue any fines or arrest people that weren't complying, making those rules effectively pointless. So sure, no surprise people would want to come down here to the Sunshine State after being locked up for a full month, or year, excuse me. And here's the thing. Y'all could have done it safely. You could have socially distanced. You could have kept your masks on. You could have spread out to more areas than just Miami. There's lots of wonderful beaches all throughout the state of Florida. But instead, they're down there not just not complying with CDC recommendations, but they're openly flaunting them, openly taunting it. Some of them, viral videos on social media have shown standing up, throwing money in the air, screaming, "COVID is over." It's not over. And our idiotic governor here in the state of Florida understands that. But tourism is our number one industry here. And oh, goodness gracious, we got to have money, right? We're killing people for the sake of money. That is what this is. And Ron DeSantis somehow is now being named as a possible contender for the Republican primary in 2024. This is insane. What we are witnessing is absolutely insane. And it's disrespectful and inhumane as well. You can travel if you're willing to follow the guidelines set forth by the CDC. If you're vaccinated, kind of opens up a few more doors for you as well. But these individuals crowding down here on spring break, most of them, neither of those. They're not obeying recommendations. They're getting into fights in the middle of the streets. And they're bringing the entire state of Florida down with them. And again, our Republican governor, just like he did last spring break, welcomes them with open arms. Because, again, I got to point this out. The few restrictions we did have in place here in the state of Florida only came last year after the spring break season ended. And of course, most of those were lifted before the summer tourism season began. Governor Ron DeSantis of the state of Florida is killing people because he wants their money. There's no other way to say that.